I've got the hottest, newest RC, so let's unbox this thing and get into some fresh RC. Rich here from the RCNetwork.com, and today we have a pretty special unboxing here of the brand new Tekno RC EB410.2. Now, of course, that is Tekno's newest four-wheel drive, 1/10 scale electric competition buggy. But before we get to the unboxing here of the EB410.2, let's do some backstory on where the EB actually came from. Of course, right here you have my EB410 from Tekno, but some backstory on the EB410. Way back in January of 2017, give or take, there was a new buggy that was on the market. Of course, Team Associated was releasing their new B64D. And with all the hype, Tekno definitely wanted to jump on and give some insight to what they were working on. So they released a tiny little clip of their new project, which was dubbed the EB410. And although it wasn't due out in early 2017, they let everyone know what to wait for. And fast forward up to about August, September of 2017, they released the EB410. Now, the EB410 was not a run-of-the-mill four-wheel drive buggy. This thing was designed from the ground up with no other predecessors to the platform. So Tekno had a fresh mind on building us a great RC. And with about 2 years now with this platform, Tekno has not been stagnant with winning some pretty prestigious titles. Now, one of the first things I noticed when I took this out of the cardboard box was these two logos right here. Now, of course, we have the Roar logo for 2018 National Champion, and that was, of course, Tyler Hooks from Tekno RC. He was able to clinch that for the stock four-wheel drive championship, and that was a pretty cool task. But even more prestigious was the 2019 win from Jared Tebow, a freshly signed Jared Tebow over to Tekno, previously from Kyosho, and he actually won the Reedy race of champions at OCRC. Now, in early 2018 at the DNC, I did speak to Tekno, and just to give you an idea of what those guys do, on the front bulkhead here of the EB410, at that point, with only about 6 months of this platform being out, they had already went through 35 revisions of this front bulkhead. So needless to say, Tekno has our back as consumers of trying to improve things and get things absolutely perfect for us that want to play with some toy cars. Now, of course, the EB410.2 is the newest version of the EB platform, and they've done a lot of updates and revisions and ultras and news, and you can kind of see here all the different new things that they've added to this platform to give us the absolute best four-wheel drive electric 1/10 scale buggy on the planet. Now, I'll link to their blog post on these updates so you can read for yourself, but stay tuned for my build review where I'll go over every single one of these updates and compare it to the new EB410.2 versus the older version so you can see for yourself. Now, finally, on the back side of the box right here, we do have all of the disclaimers. This is not a toy, 14 and up. Of course, this is a kit version, so you do have to put it together. They give you an idea of some of the tools right here, but like I said before, build review, you'll get all of the tips and tricks on putting this thing together. Now, with that, also no electronics are included in the box, no wheels and tires. You'll have to supply all of that on your own, but I'll have some good choices for you once again in the build review. All right, finally, the unboxing. Well, for every badass RC, there has to be a badass knife to open it up. Let's get this thing cracking. Fresh seal on this box. The box, I don't even think got completely set. It looks like it was just barely put together like this morning. So let's go ahead and unbox this thing and see what we get. With everything spilled out here, this is kind of what you get inside of the box. Of course, Tekno's famous body, the fighter jet inspired body for the EB410. No change in this that I've seen, but I did see on their website they listed a lightweight version of this as well as a lightweight wing. So those are, I believe, available on their website. I'll try and link that down below as well in the video description. As far as fluids, you do get some black grease, some thread lock. You have 30,000 diff oil, 15,000 diff oil and 10,000 diff oil. I'm not going to guess which ones those go into. I think I was wrong in the previous video for the ET. And then 600 CST shock oil that you would use on both front and rear, I'm assuming. So I know they had some revised pistons also in this build, and we'll take a look at that more into the build review. Not much has changed in the wing bag. You do have the battery strap and a nice little aluminum thumb screw for the battery strap. Velcro for the body, which is always nice. I actually don't even use the body pins anymore. In Tekno's kits, they kind of isolate everything to a large bag. So lots of bags inside of here. I'm not going to go into all these. That's kind of boring to do. But you do have a lot of cool items, including those new pistons right there that I'm seeing right off. They appear to be machined, but I'll have to inspect that later when I start putting this thing together. Different springs right there as well, and this is some heft to this bag right here. There's a lot of metal parts to give this thing some good weight. The first bag that I'll be opening up right here, of course, we have our differentials. They're famous differentials. I'm seeing the new spur gear that has some new material to it to make it a little bit better wearing. Although I've never stripped a spur in any of my Tekno vehicles, but they have improved this for everyone out there. Flipping on the other side, you have all the pills right here for the adjustable suspension. New A, B, C, and D blocks, I believe in this. Once again, more on the build update. And I am seeing the new rear arms in this bag as well. You can mount the shocks on the front of the arms versus the rear on the old EB. Finally, the chassis plate here. Now, this is the new revised chassis plate, 7075, and this is a long wear chassis plate is what they're calling it. Now, another update that came earlier was on the ET, where they had a keyed A block up here to where it actually keys in and it can't easily pop off. That's included on this new EB410.2. And finally, the EB410.2 owner's manual, one of the best manuals that you'll see. Tekno does a great job of not only illustrating everything, getting everything correct, which a lot of companies have a problem with, and then also giving some good written directions, like for building your shocks. So I've always had a great experience with that. You do have your window mask, and of course the new EB410.2 decals. Very, very nice. They do a great job with their decals, and they have some kind of fighter jet inspired things like these little ventings and these little nets right here. So pretty cool. Well, guys, that is it. That is my full unboxing and just a little bit of story I had about Tekno vehicles. They do a great job with their stuff, and I can't wait to build this thing and then also do the full build review where you'll be able to see this versus my older EB410. Now with that, there'll be 2 other videos past that. Of course, the reveal that you'll be able to see what electronics I chose, what wheels and tires I went with, of course the livery or the paint scheme, and finally the running video. I plan to take this over to OCRC. I'll see whose hand I can get the radio to not only give my average Joe experience of this vehicle, but see if I can get some pros to drive this thing around, give their opinion of it too. Alright guys, well I have a lot of building to do. Comments, questions about anything I covered in this video, please post it on down below. And as always, thumbs up and subscribe. That's it for now guys, over and out.
Here we go.